Alright, what's going on, y'all? This is my video on the design process and testing of the falling trebuchet build made by myself and my cousin Ryan. We decided we were going to make this trebuchet over Christmas break, just a few days before our finals, because we saw some videos of them on Instagram and thought it would be a good project. To prepare, I did some extremely vigorous and thorough research on trebuchets, which consisted of something like 3 YouTube videos. So I was very confident in my ability to design my own falling trebuchet. And in this clip, I'm going through the designs of the arm and the frame for the trebuchet in CAD. And I should mention that these parts are made of 2x4s, and this is the general rotation for the trebuchet as well. Okay, I will be showing how the trebuchet is designed to move using 3 screenshots from the CAD model in Microsoft Paint. The first image is when the trebuchet is standing straight up, the second is when the frame hits the ground, and the third is when the trebuchet is vertical. In the first image, the main arm is connected to the frame using a 1/4 inch diameter metal rod to allow for rotation. There is also some paracord from the arm to the frame that keeps it at a 90-degree angle. Now, at this point in the rotation, the counterweight is at the top of the arm, and the tennis ball payload is currently sitting inside a sling that is being held to the arm using some mounts that are drilled into the side. There are 2 loops of paracord coming off of the sling. One of them is firmly attached to the end of the arm, and the other is loosely attached to a release pin, which we made by hammering a nail into the end of the arm and cutting the head off to allow the paracord to slip past. Once the trebuchet is released, it will fall in the direction of the frame until this part reaches the ground, which is this next image here. Now, when the frame does hit the ground, it will send a jolt through the whole arm, and it will cause the tennis ball in its sling to be released from the mounts, and it will be able to start its throwing arc. Now, also at this point, the counterweights start to make the whole main arm rotate around this axle. So that really just emphasizes the throwing arc. The momentum from falling causes the trebuchet to end up vertical, and it's around this time that one of the sling's loops slips off of the release pin, and that is when the tennis ball is released from the sling and can be thrown. Alright, now getting into the actual build process of the trebuchet. This first image is of the first sling design we used. I made this a little before Ryan got home from work because I was pretty eager to get started with the building process. For this sling, the tennis ball sits nicely in the center of this duct tape bowl, and the 2 loops of paracord go through either end of the sling. When Ryan did get home, we started working on the arm and frame of the trebuchet. The first thing we did was take my truck to our campground on my Pop-Pop's farm and the surrounding woods and fields. We did this to find spare 2x4s because we are cheap idiots and didn't want to buy our own. But luckily we did find some in some scrap piles of wood, as well as a really old one that was about 10 feet long from a hunting stand that fell down years ago. Emphasis on the really old. After scavenging, we did find the right amount of 2x4s in the right sizes. Then we went to Lowe's and got paracord, duct tape, and a 1/2 inch diameter 3-foot metal rod. In this image, the arm is attached to the frame and has the rod in for the counterweights. After getting the main structure done, we hammered in a nail at the end of the arm to make our release pin. After that, the paracord was tied around each loop of the string and connected to the appropriate spots at the end of the arm. You can also see the mounts that are attached to the side of the arm. They are connected in a way to make the sling stay against the arm and only release after the frame hits the ground. This is the final iteration of the trebuchet before we did our first tests. You can see the paracord in between the frame and arm and how it is keeping it at a 90-degree angle. We also put in some washers in between the arm and the sides of the frame to keep them separate and reduce friction. See, we actually did most of the building on Christmas Eve, which is why we had on Santa hats for the next 2 testing clips. Go.
Just make sure you can see it on there.
Alright.
Just keep it recording. Yeah. Is it recording?
Yeah.
Alright. Damn it. Watch the weight. Oh shit, watch out. Yeah, maybe we should get a way to keep that on.
Sorry to cut in, but yeah, I almost had 22.5 pounds fall directly on my head, which would have probably not made me have a very Merry Christmas.
Uh-huh. You want to just go with it? Well, how are we going to get them back on? Huh? How are we going to get them back on? No, I mean, just like go with it with just that weight. Just this? Yeah. I guess so. Go with that. Yeah. Alright, you ready? Just back up when it goes. You ready? Yep. 3, 2, 1. Yo! Tennis ball fell off.
Oh.
But hey,
Crap.
It has the motion. And it didn't break. It didn't break. It didn't break. That's the most impressive part.
Apologies for the recording stability. My cameraman was drunk, high, and he had a concussion. I'm joking, but luckily the first test was pretty terrible anyway, as the tennis ball slipped out of the sling and did not get launched. Now on to the next test.
I know. That's why I said we're going to do quite a bit. I'm just going to have to try and make sure it stays straight. Yeah. That could have been really bad and weight falling on my head. Yeah, I was like, watch out, watch out, watch out. Like, as fast as I could tell you to watch out, but. Alright. Alright. Doing this right without the duct tape. Just. Okay, good enough. That's right on my hand. Yep, get it on. Get it on. That is not gonna work. Okay, that's fine. Just watch your head. I am. I need your help. Yep. Tennis ball out. Alright. I got it. Put the tennis ball in. Don't let it. Put the tennis ball in. Just watch the weights. I'll get it. Alright, it's good. It's good. Are you ready? Yeah. 3, 2, 1. Oh my gosh, it worked, but the tennis ball came out. Okay, that's a problem. That is a problem. That's a problem. That is a problem.
So the same thing happened in the second test. The tennis ball slipped out of the sling. Not only that, but something really bad happened to the arm. Now, I don't know if you call it the foreshadowing earlier, but I'm about to explain what happened. The old plank of wood from the hunting stand we used for the arm got completely destroyed, absolutely pulverized. In hindsight, I now realize that putting 45 pounds of weight on a stupidly old piece of wood, sitting in the woods for who knows how long, and then putting it under a lot of stress was decidedly suboptimal. But we do not accept defeat. We move on to bigger and better things. Things like sucking it up and buying a new $5 piece of wood for a new arm at Lowe's. After that, we were ready to make the second iteration of the falling trebuchet. So we got to work setting up our fresh new arm. We also made the decision to change our sling design to one that could keep a better hold of the tennis ball. This new sling was made of leather cut from one of my dad's welding sleeves and was able to wrap around the tennis ball very well. In addition to the new sling, we also used some half-inch shaft collars with large washers to keep the weights on the rod and not have any close calls like last time. Soon after, it was time to start testing again.
Looks like they're all straight. Alright. Are you ready? Yeah. 3, 2, 1, launch. Where'd it go? I don't know. Where'd it go? I don't know. There it is. You went through backwards. I guess you just went straight up. Okay, we gotta adjust. We gotta watch the recording back.
We had done it. We had launched the tennis ball. Now it was only a matter of getting it to go straight.
I got it. Yep. Got it? Yep. Alright. Ready? Test number 2. 3, 2, 1. Where'd it go? Over there. Whoa, we launched it! We launched something! We launched it, bro.
This was an even better test, with the ball actually going pretty far forward. Although it's hard to see, this test launched the ball very horizontally and made the ball bounce pretty far, instead of doing a very high and nice throwing arc. Unfortunately, many of the videos of the next couple of tests made the ball very hard to track, so I will include some of the better videos.
Come grab it. Yep, I got it. Alright, you ready? Yep. 3, 2, 1, go. Oh my gosh! Go! I didn't see it! Dude! Oh my gosh! Yeah, let's freaking go! Oh my gosh! Dude, that's awesome! Dude! That's... Got it. Ready? Yeah. 3, 2, 1. Oh, that's even better. That's even better. Oh my gosh. Oh yeah, remember that weight was the move, bro. It broke the freaking stand though. Oh, dang it. Okay, well. Dang it. Okay. Dude. Hey, we got some good launches. We got some great launches. I didn't recall.
So if you didn't hear what we were talking about at the end, the part of the frame that held the main axle ended up splitting and the axle fell out. Luckily, this ended up being a super easy fix, only needing some duct tape for it to work good as new.
Oh yeah. Right there. Oh shoot. Oh man. Come on. Oh no.
So another part ended up breaking. This time it was the end of the arm that held the metal bar with the counterweights. It ended up splitting right through the bottom and the entire metal axle slipped through the broken wood. Luckily, duct tape came in clutch yet again and was able to keep the arm together for one more launch for the day.
Are we ready? 3, 2, 1. Oh, that's a good one. That's the best we've had. Dang, bro.
We ended up having around 10 successful launches with the average distance thrown being about 120 to 160 feet. I hope y'all enjoyed watching these clips and voiceovers. Ryan and I had a ton of fun working on this project, and I'm hoping we get to do something similar again soon. Talk to y'all bozos later.